Vanessa, welcome.
Good to see you.
Queens.
And well, Nicola, we were transfixed. Honestly, the mask, what a series. You, of course, filmed this before Christmas, so you've had to keep this a secret since September. How has that been? Because obviously you haven't been able to celebrate, have you?
I just kind of forgot that it happened. I did it and then I won, and obviously no one knew that I'd done it. And the next day, I remember the whole thing was over, and one of the creative ladies called me and she said, "How do you feel? You've won." And I was like, nothing. Because I can't tell anyone.
Yeah.
None of my friends and family know. It's not like I can be like, guys, I've just done a great thing. I'm so excited. Yeah. So my sort of excitement has been like a delayed. Yeah. I'm only now really like enjoying it.
Well, let's give you some love because we thought you were amazing.
Your voice was so pretty. It was unbelievable. And we hear, Vanessa, that you're a big fan of the show. And there were rumours, apparently, that you were the flower in the US version.
I did not know that.
Well, there we are. Would you do it?
I have been asked, but I'm actually here, so I couldn't do the season.
Yeah, well, there's
because
always next series.
I was going to be in London and I'm not available.
Okay.
I would say to do it. It's hard work, but it's the most fun.
Is it really sweaty?
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Under the balaclava and the tape and the mask and the roll neck, you're just literally... I lost weight during filming because of how hot it was,
And what was it like, that moment then, when you took that mask off? Because you've been so secretive.
You've been in safety for such a long time because you've had the mask on and you're in your own little world and your own mask, and then you take it off and you're like, oh, no, it's... now I've got to step outside of the suit and back into reality. And,
oh, really? So you kind of you preferred singing as Queen Bee, did you?
100%. 100%.
Yeah, well,
it's a bit more like a studio setting, like
right.
when you're in a studio and it's just the headphones and you. But whereas when you go on stage, it's like, what are we wearing today? How's our hair and makeup? It's like...
Yeah. And what did your family say? Did they guess?
They were messaging me throughout and I just was not replying. Like my poor nan, every week, it just left her on red.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because my nan is a real. My nan is the queen in our family. She's a real. There's a lot of women, so she filters all the gossip out. And I knew if she knew, everyone would know.
Yeah, okay.
The whole town would know that I was the Queen Bee.
Well, do you know, that theme kind of got us thinking, didn't it? And if you have revealed some big news to your family or your friends this weekend, then we want to hear from you tonight. Maybe a new job, baby news, I don't know, a secret crush that you let out of the bag. Send your news along with a picture, if you can, to the usual place.
Yes. Now then, you two, you are making your debut in the West End on the 5th of March in City of Angels.
Yes.
You were just saying, you're in the theatre for the first time today. It's at the Garrick Theatre, isn't it? So give us a bit of a background then, Vanessa, about what this musical is all about. Because you're both, it's actually 2 for the price of 1, isn't it? Because you're both playing 2 roles.
Yes. City of Angels is a musical, so it's not a straight play, it's a musical. Cy Coleman did the music, who is a very famous musical theatre composer. It won all sorts of awards 30 years ago. It has not been done again on Broadway since its initial run. And we are doing the... Josie Rourke, who is our director, did a magnificent job of it about 6 years ago at the Dunmar Warehouse. And this is not only the same production team, but a newer cast, and it's going to be spectacular. It's glamorous, it's sexy. Everyone's getting snogged, I think. Everyone. Lots of kissing, lots of...
Have you been doing a lot of that in rehearsal?
Yes, we have.
You have, yes.
This is my first role, so I'd never had to do an acting kiss before. And when the scene was first set, there was no kiss, and then Josie was like, it's missing something, we need to add a kiss. And then, so we added it, and she's like, are you okay, Nicola? I'm like, yeah. And then Theo's like, are you okay, Nicola? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And then the choreographer's like, are you okay? And I'm like, can everyone just stop asking me if I'm okay? I'm fine.
So kissing aside then, how have you been finding your first acting role, and why this sort of move into acting for you?
I just always wanted to do it, and I kind of finally took the plunge and went and had a few lessons and found an agent, and then was going for a few different castings, and then this came along. I said that I didn't want to do West End, but then obviously Josie Rourke is such an incredible director, and then with the cast. Then the fact that the show has won all of these Tonys and everything else, I just obviously had to go for it.
It was a show of a standard,
Exactly.
wasn't it, already?
The piece is about, it's 1940s film noir, when we had Double Indemnity and the Maltese Falcon. So it's about a young writer who's an author in New York, moves out to Beverly Hills and gets an opportunity to take his novel and turn it into a screenplay. So it's two different worlds. It's a black and white world, so we play the characters in black and white, and we're literally dressed in black and white, and it's all lit in black and white.
Wow.
And then we burst into color, which is all Technicolor, and that's the real people that are playing the roles. So we both play dual roles.
It's a really intelligent script and show. Like the way that the creative team do the switches between black and white, and then just the intricacy of the script. Like you really have to follow what is the real life and what is the movie aspect. It's very intricate and intelligently done.
And we mentioned Ugly Betty at the beginning, which was a fantastic series. But your role in that as Wilhelmina Slater actually helped get you this role in this musical, didn't it?
Well, Josie was a fan.
Right,
so I got the letter from her just saying, listen, I'm doing this production. I think you'd be fantastic. I've always been a fan of yours, and I know you can nail this. And then we did a FaceTime together, and I listened to her vision. But, you know, I play Alora Kingsley, who is a woman of great wealth, but also has had a past of killing her husbands and moving on to the next billionaire.
Yeah.
Of course. Sinister, yes, I can do that.
She's like the ultimate femme fatale.
Yes, yes.
Really? And do you sing about things like that?
I do, of course. We all have great dance numbers, and it's just one of those. It's a time of period where it's glamorous and sexy, and everyone is doing 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, tons of dancing.
It's amazing.
If you like the good old-fashioned musicals, you love this. And if you like something very smart and entertaining, Hadley Fraser is ridiculously talented. Of course, married to Rosalie, who's unbelievable. And of course, we have Theo James that we all kiss 8 shows a week. Couldn't get any better than that.
Tough life.
Tough life. Huh?
It sounds up my street, this does. And is it nice for you, Nicola, to get back to sing? Because obviously you've done The Masked Singer, but, you know, that for you was a little while ago now.
Yeah.
And this is a chance for people to enjoy your voice in a different capacity, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I was writing for other artists for quite a while. And then The Masked Singer, I was just like, you know, maybe I should just sing for myself again for a little bit. And then it wasn't, I mean, this role, I'm lucky that I get to sing and act. Yeah. It wasn't, you know, I didn't go into it thinking, I just wanted to act. I wanted an acting role, and I get to sing as well.
It's a new challenge, isn't it, you know? Oh, there you are.
Boston fan. Of course, she sings this in bed, by the way, with hardly any clothes on, by the way.
And,
she kills it. But she's
scantily clad.
Scantily clad in that
Kissing
number.
Theos, trying to sing a song.
Well, talking of costumes, we did hear a story about your Broadway debut.
One of my Broadway.
Is this right? On the opening.
Actually, we just moved into the theater, and the first question they asked was, "Are we allowed to have candles in our dressing room?" They got no. And what happened the first time I did into the Kiss of the Spider Woman in 1994-5, I have this one number called Gimme Love, and it has a big yellow plume, and I've got all kinds of sweaty dancing boys taking me out of this cage. And I was preparing for the number, and I always have a candle, scented candle, and I was looking at something, and all of a sudden I smelled something burning. I look up, and the top of my feather is on fire. So luckily, my dresser blew it out, snipped it off, and went out and did the number.
Like the true professional.
But that's not the It also happened on the set of Ugly Betty, too. I had this suit, this gigantic bow, and again, leaning over for something, and the whole bow was on fire. Took it off, cut it.
I almost wish that you hadn't asked the candle question today. And we could have just.
We could have done it.
Have we not got the message yet about candles, Vanessa? I don't know. Well, City of Angels opens at the Garrick Theatre in London from the 5th of March. How long are you doing the run for?
I'm here till August.
Oh, are you?
Oh, wow, that's a long
Fantastic.
run.
Long run.
Yeah, good.
I'm the 25th of July.
There we are.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Good. Well, it was a defining moment when Vanessa became the first black Miss America back in 1984, and we're going to talk a lot more about that in just a second. Now then, we had JLS on here week before last.
They've got back together, haven't they?
They're getting back together. You know JLS?
No.
What do they sing now? You know, everybody in. I'm not doing. Anyway, anyway, a band. Yeah. Then we've got Pussycat Dolls on Wednesday.
They're getting back together.
Getting back together.
I know where this is going.
So, Nicola, it's 20 years, isn't it? 2020 is 20 years of Girls Aloud. Can't believe it's been that long.
But it's only 2020 now. You know, it's like I had to think then. What bloody year is it?
Yeah, I think where we're leading is, are you, as Girls Aloud, getting back together?
Well, I don't have a crystal ball, so I can't see 2 years in advance.
No.
But, you know, it would be great to do something for our anniversary. I'll go home and stroke its mane and see what it says.
Yeah, people would love to see that. They would. And you mentioned that you'd been writing for some other artists. Is that something you're going to continue? Or do you think now you'll sort of shift the focus a little bit? As you said, you might, you know, go back to doing a little bit more singing.
I think after the play, I don't know, like I'd still like to continue casting for TV and film and things like that. That's like a new thing I'd like to do, but I also do want to make a record at some point. And we'll just have to, I think I could run some things alongside the play, but the play is so much work.
Yeah, and she's terrific in her role too, by the way. She does great.
Well, Vanessa, we couldn't have you here and not talk about music and not save the best for last. So
we've been singing this all day.
we love this. It's so beautiful. We're going to play this while we do our little call out and say thank you for sending in all of your lovely things. Secrets that you revealed to your friends or family.
Sally surprised her husband Chris on Saturday by renewing their wedding vows at her 40th birthday. Very nice.
This is from Donald. This 92-year-old dad was surprised with the freedom of the city of Glasgow this weekend. Well done indeed. Fantastic.
Jessica announced to a little girl that they were expecting a new baby this weekend as well. Lovely.
Well, that is all we've got time for. Very big thank you to Vanessa and Nicola. It was a wonderful night. City of Angels, welcome to the Garrick Theatre from the 5th of March. Who's on tomorrow?
We'll be back tomorrow with Fiona Bruce and John Bon Jovi. He'll tell us about his first album in 4 years. We'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Have a lovely evening. Bye.